The straightest of straight arrows.
He's generous, he's funny.
Barry is just the best. Barry is the most genuine, real, honest person around.
Barry is Barry.
I have described Barry before as a unique bird, and I mean that in a very complimentary way.
He has a very dry and sarcastic sense of humor, which I just find very warming.
How would I describe Barry? I'll tell you, the thing that always struck me about Barry is that he's more than a realtor. He's also an advocate for the industry.
Barry's the kind of realtor that the profession really could use more of. He's focused, he's serious, he's dedicated, he educates himself, and he volunteers his time and his talents to the industry.
He is extremely intelligent. He's really strong-minded. He's determined. He's also really funny and loves to play practical jokes on people.
His weirdness.
Barry is weird, maybe. He's unique.
Barry is so weird. I don't know what you're talking about. Barry's not weird. There's this one time.
Here's a person who has tasted alcohol once in their life, said, no, that's not very good, so I'll be having none of that. He's never smoked anything, drank anything, never taken a mind-altering substance of any kind. I don't know how he gets through a Tuesday under those circumstances, but he doesn't. And he doesn't think it's weird, and that's one of the main reasons why it is weird.
He has, I bet you, 100 pairs of socks, and probably as many ties, and they are all unique. They're not your run-of-the-mill, boring, conservative thing. They are Star Wars or rocket ships or baseballs or pug dogs or whatever attracts his interest and attention. He expresses his personality with his socks and his ties, and I love that about Barry.
Barry doesn't eat anything green.
Nothing.
Any food that's green, vegetable, lettuce, if it's green, he will not eat it.
So the server brings out the burger and there's a pickle next to his plate. And literally,
The first
his reaction was,
it was
the server freaked out.
He's like, get it away!
Barry definitely is weird. He doesn't eat anything green, except I did find out at one point that he will eat cooked celery if it's chopped up very fine in certain dishes, so that's green.
Barry has pushed me to be better in just about everything I do, and I've just seen Barry push me to be more willing to think outside the box, more willing to take risks, and yet at the same time take into consideration things that people hold near and dear to them.
Barry has had a significant effect on me just in inspiring me. He has done things in a way that I hadn't done them before as far as involvement. Barry has been involved with the community, involved with the industry, both on a state and local level, in a way that is just natural and a part of his business. And before, I had never really ingrained it in that way. But watching him do that has inspired me to do the same.
I think Barry deserved the award. I don't think there's any question that as far as realtors go, and I know a lot of great realtors in the state of Indiana and a lot of people who are dedicated, but Barry certainly ranks right up at the top of that list. Not only what he's done locally, but what he's done at the state and even nationally. You know, Barry's just one of the best when you look at all the qualities that make a great realtor. He stands out strong in every one. Congratulations, Barry. Well done.
Barry has brought a sense of purpose and vision and compassion to the real estate industry. I think anybody that knows Barry well can share a number of times when he's gone out of his way to make sure a family gets into a home. And he pulls out all the stops to make sure that happens. He's not about selling things. He's about making sure that people have a home and helping people improve their lives. By doing so, he really raises the bar in terms of what's expected of realtors and makes that image of a realtor much higher in the eyes of the public. And I think Barry really just lives his life from the perspective of he's trying to help people. And by doing so, he makes the industry better, he makes us better, he changes lives. Barry, I think you're doing a great job. I really appreciate all you do, and thank you and congratulations.
There's a story going back a few years back of how Barry and his style of caring really makes a difference. He was working with a family that was of very, very limited means, looking to buy a property. And at a price range that probably would not have excited a lot of realtors, Barry actually went doubled in.
The family had been struggling with high medical bills because of some really serious medical conditions. They'd been financially devastated because of the medical bills, and they had scraped together just enough for a small down payment, and they found a house that they could afford. And when the seller found out their situation, the seller took some time to think and pray about it, and they decided just to give the house to this family. And Barry worked with the other realtor and all the wizards behind the scenes involved in transferring the property to this family. And he was so proud to be involved in this transaction that had so much generosity and so much compassion. And it had nothing to do with making money. It had nothing to do with increasing his numbers. It was all about helping this family who is in a crisis find a home. And I am just so proud of him for that. Barry, I am so proud of you. I watch you day after day after day work so hard, and you are so committed. You spend long hours fighting for your clients and fighting for the community, and I know how dedicated you are, and I'm just so proud of you. Congratulations.
So I've known Barry Skalski since we were in first grade. The most constant thing in our relationship has pretty much been baseball. So I put together a little thing today. It's kind of, maybe you could say more plagiarized and put together by me. But I think Barry will get it, and hopefully he will like it. It is called, "If You List It, They Will Come." People will come, Barry. They will come to you for a home. They'll turn up a strange driveway not knowing if this is the place for them. They'll arrive at the door as innocent as children. You'll say, "Let's have a look around." They'll think about it, and eventually they will pass over money for this home. For it's money they have, but peace they lack. The peace that comes from having a place to call home. One day they'll walk into their new backyard, sit on a bench in their shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They'll tilt in a swing, play with their children, maybe a dog. They will feel like they've been dipped in magic waters. The memories they create will one day be so thick they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come, Barry. The one constant through all the years, besides baseball, is the want of a place to call home. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It has been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But homes and baseball have marked the time. It's a part of our past, present, and future. It reminds us of all that was good and could be again. Oh, people will come, Barry. People will most definitely come. If you list it, they will come.